How's it? Sean here from the Games Yard. Warhammer 40,000 Armageddon. Fantastic masterpiece of a game. What a game. I got this off GOG for just over $18. I bought all the DLCs out. Developed in 2014. Completely balanced and patched. What a game. What a fantastic game. A little bit about myself. I'm not a Warhammer come Warhammer junkie fan, whatever. I don't even know the lore. Years ago, I used to belong to a war games club. And there were these guys in the corner, at the corner table, and they used to play with these big clunking figures, science fiction figures and models. And I used to look at these guys, with their tape measures and whatever, and I used to think, not for me. I've changed my view on that. I love this game. Now, I'm not going to become a Warhammer or Warhammer fan or anything as a result of it, but I love this particular game. Okay, there's 2 or 3 things that make this game a masterpiece. First, it doesn't pretend to be what it's not. There's no diplomacy in this game. I mean, if you have a look at this guy over here, can you imagine trying to be diplomatic with this guy? Or offering him terms and stuff? He's not in it. Secondly, there's hundreds of users. I'm sure there's almost close to over 1,000 units in this game. I mean, they packed this game with everything that they got. Units, I've never seen so many units in a game. And the third reason why is that it's easy to play, but damn difficult to master because of the unit compositions and the combined arms. And each unit can carry up to 3 different weapons, and there's no units that are redundant in this game. The developers took time to make sure that every unit would be needed in certain circumstances on the person's playstyle. I used to think, some of these, no, they're not. When I had a closer look, they're not. They're completely balanced. Every unit has its use. That's why it's a masterpiece. Okay. Now, if you ever played Panzer General, Panzer Corps, it uses the same engine. You get a whole lot of guys. You get guys in the beginning, and then you buy new guys, and you take them from mission to mission in the campaign, and they grow in experience and that sort of thing. So this is my video on I'm just going to do a video on the overview, the concepts of this game. I'm going to be doing a playlist on all the campaigns in the game. But I thought, first of all, let me just do an overview, instead of me going through all that, let me just go through an overview and explain the basic core concepts. I'm going to do my best. Okay, I'm not the expert at this. I'm going to do my best to explain how I understand this game works. Alright, so there's no random map in this game. Okay, you either got scenarios, watch my mouse, you got scenarios or campaigns. Okay, simple as that. There's no random maps in this game, and in fact, it actually makes the AI a little bit better because they can plan ahead and script the AI. Alright, so you've got all these scenarios over here. You got the Untold Battles, that comes off a DLC. You've got the advanced tutorials, and you've got the Second War, all the scenarios from the Second War. Okay, so it's all the campaign scenarios which you can play as individual missions. And then you've got the heart of the game, the campaigns, all the campaigns in the game. So the tutorials in Act 1 and Act 2 and Act 3 came with the original game. And these Vulcans, Angels of Death, Glory of Macrabe, I can't pronounce it, and the Battle for Gulf Goa, these are part of the DLCs. So, and I said, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be starting with a tutorial campaign because it does exercises against your own troops, and then you move your troops. Then once you finish the tutorial game, it leads into the invasion, the Act 1. Now it's the second war of Armageddon, and there's only 2 factions in this game. Okay, only 2 factions. You've got the Orks and the Imperium of Man, and the Orks invaded Armageddon. Now this is a big industrial planet. The Imperium's empire relies on this planet for its war machines and all the goods and resources, and all the races. And apparently there's about 4 or 5 races in Warhammer. And they all want to, own this planet. So this is where a lot of the invasions happen. And the Orks have now arrived. So it's just the Orks and the Imperium of Man. In some of the scenarios, you can play on the Ork side, but generally most of them and all the campaigns are from the Imperium side. All right, so let's get into it. Let's just have a look at the game, have a look at how the concepts work. I'm going to show you everything now. Let's start with this last mission, the final Deathmar. Put on challenging, 40,000. Okay, so this is the screen that you arrive at whenever you do a mission. It's basically a screen that comes. Now, before we start with all the units, I just wanted to show you. Have a look here. I just wanted to show you how many units are in this game. You won't believe it. You won't believe it. I'm going to put all on there, and I'm going to put all on here. Now watch this. See, I told you in the beginning. Watch my mouse as I scroll down here. These are all the units in the game. Okay, these are the tanks. That's from the Steel Legion. Look at this. All the units in the game. I don't even think it's all the units in the game. It's just some of the units for the scenario. Titans, tanks. Then you've got I think the Blood Angels and their troops and all their machines and their vehicles and their tanks. Then you've got the Salamanders. Look at this. Look at this. I'm still scrolling. Hey? Wow. I mean, what did it take to make this game? Look at this. And then you finally got the Ultramarines. Check this out. And all their tanks. Can you believe it? That's what I told you. This game has got hundreds of units. I've never seen so many units in the game. Alright, so basically the core concepts of this game is up here. Okay, let's just start on the top here and work our way down. You've got your glory. These are points you earn just for, it's like glory points. They don't do anything as far as I know, in the missions or the campaigns. It's like your war score. Over here you got your requisition points. Now your requisition points are the amount, it's like the money that you've got to buy units and to repair units and upgrade them and all this type of stuff. So where I went here, I went over here to this, let me just go in there. I went over here to show you all that. This is where you buy the stuff, and it uses requisition points. Okay, and there's your turn. Now you got term limits, 1 to 35, and I'm gonna just show you the strategic map. Now all of these little gold hexes, you've got to conquer them in 35 turns. If you don't conquer them in 35 turns, you lose the game. All right, so that's the top bar over here. Now on this side of the bar, you've got your strategic map where you can have a look, and you can click anywhere in the strategic map. It'll take you to where you need to go. Then you've got your killed units. Any units were killed in the campaign here, that died here, they will come listed over there. Your reserve list, these are waiting to be deployed every time you deploy, because when you go from mission to mission, or if you're in a mission and you bought some units and you want to deploy them, they would be listed over here. And and then you've got all the list of all the units that you have at the moment in the game, okay, that are on the field at the moment. Okay, now let's just talk a little bit about terrain. In this game, terrain gives you cover. So various squares here, all these little octagons here, have got certain attributes in them. So like if you look at this bar over here, you see this bar over here, this is like your sidebar. This enables you to see what's going on. If you click on a unit, you can see the stats and you can move him. This little sidebar over here. Now, I'm just going to move out of that. But now if you watch the bottom side where it says over here, when I hover my mouse over the terrain, it'll say wasteland, and then it's got cover, blocks, line of sight, and defense. Now if I hover over the this square over here, sparse dead forest. Okay, and you see there's cover of 25%, and it blocks line of sight by 10%, and there's defense of none. So it blocks the line of sight from there to there, and it also gives you a 25% cover. That's the only thing. The other defensive parts of the game are fortifications. I don't know if there are any here. Okay, like these camps. Like if you look, I've highlighted like the Ork camp gives you, if you've got a unit in there, gives you 40% cover. Doesn't block line of sight. I think there might be one or two. Okay, there's no fortifications in this game. And you've got rough terrain. Okay, here's the fortification. So entrenchments give you a 50, but they give you +5 defense. Okay, for your units when you got units in there. And the fortifications give you 50% cover. They block the line of sight by 20%, and they give you +5. Now fortifications and entrenchments and trenches are the only things that give you defense. Everything else in the game gives you cover. Or if it's a blank square, if there's nothing on, an open square gives you no cover, nothing. But rough terrain gives you 25%. Now you just got to remember that rough terrain, all the stuff that gives you cover, 100% applicable They get the full bonus. Infantry get the full bonus from terrain cover. They get the full bonus. So if infantry goes in here, it'll get that 30%. It's the only one that gets it. Tanks, anything else, walkers only get half the bonus. Alright, so that's a little bit about the terrain. And the terrain is, I mean, you've got lakes and swamps, and you've got dead forest, and all kinds of terrain in this. This is how the world looks, because it's a industrial planet. It doesn't have a lot of greenery. There are some places that have got forests and stuff like that, but this is where you fight. This is your main. Now I'm going to zoom out so you can see the entire battlefield. This is your battlefield space, and here you've got I think these are the Blood Angels, and those are I think the Space Marines, and here you've got Titans. I mean, just look at these units. I mean, awesome. And the units, the only thing with the units is the battle animations are fantastic. They're great. And it's very faithful to the board games, because the units actually just slide across. It's like having a chess piece and you put it over there. They don't actually walk across. So it's very, very table type approach to the game. Fantastic the way they've done it. I'll tell you that. Fantastic. Alright, now let's look at the statistics of a unit. Okay, and I'll give you some examples. If you right click, I'm going to right click, it brings up the statistics of the unit. You can rename them here as well. If you click on there, you can actually take the 7 out and name it whatever you want. Now each unit in the game has a set of statistics, and each unit carries up from 1 to 3 weapons in them. This particular unit is a Steel Legion unit. It's an infantry unit, and it only carries a laser gun, and it's the only one that it won't upgrade to more weapons. It just carries the laser gun. That's all it gets. Okay, now if you look where my mouse is, this unit has a strength of 30. There's 30 guys in this unit, 30 actual guys in this unit, and each one of them has a hit point of 1. Some units, there'll be 30 guys and they have a hit point of 3. So it takes 3 hits to kill 1 guy. So with this guy, it's a 1-to-1 ratio. You shoot him, he gets killed, he's dead. So you've got 30 guys in there. That's his experience level. I'm going to explain experience to you now. Okay. Now on the side here, this is all the core statistics of this unit. Let's start with his morale. I'm just going to highlight it. Let me just read this to you, and then I'll explain to you what how critical morale is. A unit's morale indicates its effectiveness and readiness for battle. Morale degrades with combat and is restored by using the rest and refit command, or through command units and heroes. Now, when you need to restore this here, you see where I'm at, this button here will highlight. That's the rest and restore button. It gives you back some units and to restore some of your morale. And command units are units that you can buy, like infantry command you. Some of them are trucks, and some of them are road vehicles that you can buy that actually are command units. So if they're anywhere, you see my mouse over here, so if they're anywhere adjacent to a unit that needs morale restored at the beginning of the next turn, I think they give them up to 30 morale back. Okay, so those are units you can buy. And then of course there are heroes in this game. Characters in the game as part of the campaign plot that appear in your campaign, and they also can restore morale. There are 4 levels of morale indicated by the color of a unit's strength plate. Good morale is between 90 and 100. That's white. Normal is between 60 and 90. That's yellow. Low morale is between 30 and 60, which is orange, and broken between 0 and 30, which is red. Good morale gives a bonus to units' initiative and accuracy, and low morale and broken morale cause penalties to these units. I can't overestimate morale. This drives the unit, because let me tell you something. Morale, every time the unit shoots or is engaged in combat or whatever, he loses morale. And it depends. Sometimes it's 5 morale, sometimes it's 10 morale. So if your unit is constantly fighting, he loses it. Even if he wins the battle and he wasn't even shot, he loses morale. So the game sort of models the fact that you don't want to be fighting with your units all the time. You need to rest them, because what happens is he becomes completely useless without morale. Eventually drops down to 30 and he can't even fight back. He's half of what he used to be. So morale is critical in this game. Okay, this is the guy's experience. Experience is earned in combat, and the stronger the enemy, the more experience a unit earns for dealing damage. Each level of experience increases a unit's melee and ranged accuracy. +5 or +5% from the base value, whichever is smaller, and reduces the accuracy of the enemy units attacking this unit by -2, +2 to the base value, whichever. So it gives a bonus to his melee, his fighting, his melee and ranged accuracy, and the guy that he's attacking also it degrades their, it gives them a penalty. Okay, so experience is important. Cover, as I said, cover is provided by the terrain. Cover is expressed as a percentage and reduces the accuracy of other units. Shooting at this unit, infantry units get the full cover from a bonus from the terrain, while other units only get 50%. Flyers don't get any. Remember I said to you that only infantry gets full bonus from cover. The rest all get only 50%. Okay, now that's the cost. That's the requisition cost. You know, when I said you're going to go buy stuff, that's what it costs to buy the unit. This is the strength. Remember I said earlier that there's the strength. This is his defense. A unit's defense rating shows how difficult it is to penetrate this unit's armor when he's hit. And these statistics are all intertwined with the gun that he's using as well. I'll show it to you now. His initiative. Initiative indicates a unit's reaction speed. Units with high initiative will start shooting earlier, even when reacting to an attack initiated by the enemy. So basically what happens is whenever you shoot at an enemy or they shoot at you, they compare the two initiatives, and the one with a higher initiative will fire first. What that means in combat is that if you win the initiative battle, you fire at the guy and you kill 5 guys. When he's chance to fire back at you, and you kill some of his morale, when he gets a chance to shoot back at you, he's only firing with 5 Orks. So you see how important initiative is. Movement, that's how far he can move in tiles. Movement type, this is an infantry guy. Some guys are tracked and some guys are walkers. Spotting, how far he can see from where he is. So if he can see 2, it'll be 2 X's, and then this will be blanked out. So that's as far as he can pick up anything else beyond that 2. His melee accuracy is basically the same as his ranged one, which I'll read to you. Accuracy when using ranged weapons. Accuracy determines the unit's chance to hit the target as a percentage. Accuracy improves with experience, but gets reduced by enemy cover and obstacles blocking the line of sight. High morale increases accuracy, while low morale reduces. Same for melee. So what he's saying there is that that's the unit's ability to hit you. Now units that are under cover, your accuracy is reduced, your chances of hitting them are reduced, and all the mathematics is worked out and is intertwined with the weapon system that he's carrying. He's got a laser gun, okay, so it can fire the range, the shooting range. In addition to the maximum range, some weapons have a minimum range and cannot attack units within that range. A range of 0 means that the weapon is used when the unit assaults or is assaulted. What that means is when the range of 0, it means he's a melee unit. He's got to assault you. He's actually got to fight you hand to hand. So this unit has 1 to 2 range, so basically can fire up to 2 X's away. Attack strength, very important. A weapon's attacking strength. The difference between the attack strength and a target's defense determines the attack efficiency. So when the difference is 0, the chance to penetrate the target's defense is exactly 50%. Non-zero difference shifts the odds in favor of the attacker or the defender. So basically that means, as you see, he has a defense stat. So when he shoots at you, say he was getting shot at, this guy, shot by another unit, and this guy was carrying this weapon. He's got an attack strength of 20. So it measures that against his defense. And his defense is higher. So he's got less of a chance to kill anybody. If this was higher than his defense, then he would get bonuses to killing, to shooting him. So that's how they measure it. Quite simple. Armor. Some weapons have the ability to penetrate armor more easily. Armor piercing shows as a percentage of the weapon's of the target defense of that the weapon ignores. Basically, what armor does is it's a percentage of the defense. So if this laser guy shoots at a guy that's got 35 and he had 10%, let's say he had 10% armor there, piercing, and he shot at a guy of 35%. of 35, armor 35, it will be 10% of that taken away from his armor. So it just basically reduces this by the percentage over there. And then of course these, he's attack, he says attack strength, then attacks that lower strength. So important. Number of shots. Okay, this is an overlooked statistic, because you got some rubbish weapons, you think to yourself, hey, you got some weapons there that got low attack strength, they don't have any armor piercing, whatever, and you think, this weapon is useless. And then you look, and I used to think that, you'll see that in the statistics now, and then you look at the number of shots he's got, and he's got like 12 shots. That means he can shoot this damn thing at you 12 times. He's bound to hit you with something. Hey, something's going to stick. So the developers have been clever with this. It's deceptive when you look at this weapon system. Some weapons look crap, but you'll see where, they've got like tons of shots. So they're going to hit you with something. And each weapon shoots from each of these guys. So each shot is twice. So each guy gets 2 shots. That's 60 shots. Okay, accuracy, ranged. Okay, this is when he aims. Weapon accuracy when aimed perfectly by the owner. Some weapons are unreliable and do not hit the target every time, even when the unit using the weapon has 100% accuracy. So this accuracy is also compared to his base accuracy. How accurate is he with the weapon? And then you get an average there, I'm sure. And this is just 10%. So every time he shoots further away, if he shoots over here, it's 90% chance to hit. Watch my mouse. And if he shoots over there, just look where my mouse is. He's got 80% chance to hit the guy. So that's just basically that. This is a very simple. This is the Steel Legion. It's a very simple model. So I thought I'd start with that. Okay, let's do some movement. Each unit in this game can move and shoot. So these little, you see these little white dots. He can move to any of these little white shots, and he can shoot. Okay, so he can move over there. Now, as long as you don't leave this, you don't click somewhere else, you can undo it and go back there. So you can click here. These guys, there might be Orks here, but you won't be able to see them till you let go, and then you can see if you can hit anybody. Okay, so he either moves, okay, and then he shoots. Let me just find a better guy. Okay, he either moves. See, now he can shoot, and if he shoots, his time is over. Or he shoots, and then he can move. So let me give you an example. He shoots over there, and he can still move, and his turn is over. Alright, that's the basic movement. All the units move like that. Alright, so we've covered that basic movement now. Now I just want to give you an idea of the combat statistics. Now, when you're in range of a unit, and these statistics, you see it's -10. Alright, that's the amount that you kill him. That's the estimate of the number of orcs you're going to kill there. And -0 is the estimate of how much they're going to kill you. But those statistics are just, they randomize a little. That's not like in stone. I've had a shoot here with 0-18 and I've lost 5 pieces. Okay, so there's luck in war. There's a bit of luck. This game turns on a little bit of luck as well. Alright, which is important. Okay. Now, if you look on the right side of my screen, you see also when you highlight the guide to, let me just give me I'm going to highlight. When you look on the right, it lists the cannons that I'm shooting, the gun that I'm shooting with, its damage and the accuracy from where I am, and it also looks at the unit, and it says, and it shows you, the flashing shows you how much you expected to kill, and also it shows you his weapons and if they're out of range. And then you've got statistics like your morale, your cover, your defense, and your initiative there as well. So here I should be able to hit 10. Okay, so let's try it. Okay, so what did I hit? I got 16. He didn't hit me back, but I got 16. He couldn't hit me back in that situation because his weapons were out of range. You can also in this game, if you right click on these guys, they'll also show you the statistics of each and every guy you can see, so you can plan. It's not like you're just seeing the guys and you don't know who they are. You can just see them on the right here, but you want to see the in-depth statistics of who you're fighting as well. Now, his movie's over. Now, let me give you an idea. These are all at 100%. Now they're at 95%. Okay, you see he's lost morale there. Remember I told you morale. Morale, you lose morale every time you shoot. And none of these guys lost any pieces, but they lost morale. Okay, so morale is critical in this game. And here's a guy. This is a Steel Legion command. Here's a guy, and you'll see here, where my mouse is highlighting, he's got assault, which is after exchanging fire with enemy unit, the assaulting unit will enter the enemy unit's hex to engage it in close combats. Assault attacks completely ignore enemy cover. So that means if he's in a bush somewhere and you assault, he doesn't get that 25%. And the most important statistic, all allied units next to this unit will get morale boost at the beginning of a turn. So he's your guy that you would put behind, when your turn's over, behind other guys you need to recover morale, because morale is critical to this game. It's one of the most important statistics in this game. You can zoom in right down to this level, and you can zoom right out. Just going through all I hope I'm doing a good job here. I'm trying my best. Okay, so just forgive me. Do my best. So I've never explained anything like this before. Alright, so that's that part. Okay, now this is your undo button. You can undo any move as long as you haven't uncovered any units around you. If you've uncovered units, you can't undo. So you can undo. So I can put him back there at any stage, as long as he doesn't uncover movements that I move to. You can put this guy to sleep. That means he'll skip a turn. You can. This is a sleep. This is the sleep turn. That's also a sleep turn. I'm not sure what that is. Let me just put him back. You can actually disband him. This is the rest and refit. So if you need to upgrade him or something like this, this will be highlighted. Watch where my mouse is. This cross here is the upgrade button. This is the kill button. And here's the purchases button. Okay, so let's just see if there's anybody here. I don't think there's anybody here we can upgrade at this particular time. But oh, one more thing I need to tell you. Not all units, but you can buy transport for units. So some units come with transport. Okay, so there's the transport. Now you buy this transport. You're not always given it. So this enables him, and there's his battle history while I'm here. So all the units he's killed. So on the screen, it shows you can move one as he is as a normal person, but he can move all these hexes, but he has to get into his transport. There he is. And he has to stay in that transport. You don't need to worry too much in this game, because some of these transport items have fantastic weapons as well. Let me just get there. He's got like a storm bolter, and they take the hits for the units inside. So these weapon systems that you've got, these transport things, it's not like in the other games like Panzer, where you got these Panzer General and you've got these trucks. Once he's in the truck, he's vulnerable. Some of these units benefit from this. They're more powerful in their transports. So all of this you need to watch. All right. Okay. Some units, like artillery, for example, let me give you an idea. Is he indirect? He can fire over. He doesn't need a line of sight. He's bulky, which means he can't support. Let me just get one that can support. I know he's also bulky. Okay, each unit, a lot of the units have statistics, like they're too bulky. He can't fire in retaliation, or he can fire over. He doesn't need a line of sight. So they've got various abilities that are added to units that make these particular units unique, plus also their weapon systems. Alright, so you get some artillery that if he's behind this guy, you watch my mouth, this guy's here, and this guy gets attacked by somebody, he will shoot first at that guy, destroy, kill whatever elements from that guy, then that guy fires this guy. So he fires at a reduced bit. That's called support. Those units are fantastic. Anything else? Okay, so let's also go look at the purchase screen. I want to show you the statistics of this thing. Okay, let's go right to the top, and I went to the bottom. Let's get to the Steel Legion here. Go right to the top because I want to show you. Okay, for example, the infantry. Just make. Let me go to the tanks. All right, so you got this Lasma, this Russ Annihilator. And he's got all these statistics here. He carries 3 weapons. He's got a laser cannon, heavy bolt cannon. Now, each tank, say if we upgrade to the destroyer. Say I want to buy a destroyer, or I want to upgrade to a destroyer. Look on the right. You see all these figures that come here when I highlight the destroyer. That's telling me. Okay, let me just see something. Yeah, that's telling me now if I upgrade to the destroyer, all the green figures are what's benefiting me when I upgrade. It's cheaper. It's 450 Rand cheaper. Okay, to upgrade, because this thing is only 450. So I'm saving money by upgrading. It's cheaper. It's a cheaper upgrade. This destroyer's got a higher initiative. He's got a better ranged and melee accuracy. And then it compares the weapons. Now this land destroyer, laser destroyer, has got a powerful weapon. I mean, if you look at the range of the laser destroyer, you'll see he shoots further, 124. He's also got an attack ability of 90. He's also got 45 defense, and he's also got a ranged accuracy, and he's got no penalty. But check the have a look where the one is, where that red one is. That's how many shells he has. So he can only fire once. Okay. But if you compare him now to this tank that we're comparing, this one we have here, and you see he only fires once. This guy over here has got 3 cannons when he fires. 3 cannons. And some of the cannons have got 2. Look there in the corner by the ammunition. Some fires 1, some fires 3 times. 3 times that heavy bolter fires. So are you getting now where I'm telling you how complex but in an interesting way this is? Combined with their own. Okay, let's have a look and get up to here. Some have got 1 unit. Now you've got the situation where you might have this guy over here, this Land Rust guy, okay, and you compare him to a whatever. Now you see it's costing the red, where all the red is, and you see where he benefits and where he doesn't benefit. The initiative and the range. For example, he benefits in the heart, but he doesn't have this piece here. That's the movement. So that this thing is faster than him. He can get around faster. Alright. He also doesn't have the melee accuracy. So this thing is close in combat. Even though he's got the weapon systems, he generally is much better. A lot of his statistics make this tank very unique for certain circumstances. Now every time you upgrade, you look at all this stuff. You've got to like compare this one with that one, and you've got to like see where you're going to be able to use it. What is your army needed? I mean, here with the destroyer, you might want to have a heavy destroyer. But you want to have something that can destroy tanks and whatever. But he's only got 1 shot. He could be useful. And certainly he's got good armor, so he could be useful in defense. So when you're defending stuff, you might need a guy like that. So you see how you see where I'm going with this. Okay, so that's what I was talking about. This is what the developers did. They worked hard on this game. Every single game has a use. Every single unit has a use in this game. Alright, so here's your core slots. So in the campaign, you can only have so many core units, the ones that go with you on every turn. And in each mission, you get a few core slots to buy. So you can, in this particular mission, you can only buy 1 extra guy for your core slots, and then the next mission you'll maybe get another one on another 2. So you got a limit on what you can buy for your core guys, those guys that travel with you. And there's your requisition points, and when you buy something, you purchase it and it comes off there. Yeah, I think I covered everything. Here's the tactical map. I hope I'm doing justice to this game. It's a wonderful, fantastic masterpiece, and I just hope I'm doing the best I can. Okay. Now I hope I haven't missed anything. I think I covered everything. And yeah, so let's just see let's have a look. I'm gonna, because this guy looks like, I'm just gonna do a little bit of combat so you can see how it looks. This guy is a leadership guy, so he's a good guy to hit down, but you're only shooting 1 at him. And we'll move these guys up here. We'll give those guys on the hill because they get a bonus on the hill. You see, and the game models like you're shooting all these guns at this guy. Look at all the smoke. Fantastic. I mean, really tabletop. The way they've modeled this. Yeah, I just hope I'm doing justice to this. All right, I think that's it. I think I've covered everything. It's nothing now. Yeah, I can't think of anything else that I need to explain, or I think I've covered everything. Please, leave some comments and suggestions. If I left something out, I did the best I could, I hope. Okay, let's just go back to the main menu. Yeah, I'm going to quit this. Alright, so that's the end of this video. In the next video, I'm going to start with a tutorial campaign over here. I'm going to start for 1 and I'm going to play through it. And I'm not going to go through all the units. I'm going to refer people back to this to see. And if anybody that wants to add to this, please please, leave a comment or suggestion. Please like these videos. Please share them with everybody you know, and subscribe to my channel and leave your comments and suggestions. Good day on you.